everybody, welcome back or welcome to my channel if you're here for the first time. Today we're doing something brand new, super scrappy potentially depending on what you use, intermediate, maybe beginner, again, depending on what you use. So easy, so fast, so fun, new pattern from Hemazing Patterns. We're making the triple penny pouch. You guys, we're gonna go through all the awesome stuff that this pouch has to offer once we put everything together and come back for our how did it come out video. But I could make so many of these. If you have not tried Hemazing Patterns yet, I definitely recommend it. The link to this will be in the description box below. As always, I would love to thank her for just being amazing and letting me sort of run with tutorials for her patterns. So thank you so much. I am so excited about this brand new pattern that has come out. It has this really cool little interior D-ring that can be inside also. Like, look. Not there. Now you want to attach this cute baby to something, you can pull it out. And there we go. There we go. Again, we're going to look at all of the awesome features that this pattern, this cute little pouch has to offer as we get further into the video. So let's get into our materials and get going. Okay, so here we are with our materials. And like I said, this is going to be a quick one, super fun, super fast. It could be a scrap buster. We're not making today's like a scrap buster, but you'll see when we get to the front exterior pieces and the back, you could totally mix it up. So here we just have our front pocket, interior 1 and interior 2. These are our main lining panels. And all of this coral waterproof canvas is from Wonderground Fabrics. And then we have our exterior pieces. So here we have the front bottom, and then 2 front tops. And this is waterproof canvas from Oh So Pretty Custom Fabrics. Everything that I can link will be linked below. So here's where you could be totally scrappy and you could do all different. We're doing the same just because I just got this print not too long ago and haven't been able to use it for anything yet. I thought it'd be super cute for inside a bag. And then we have our back exterior. We have our zipper tab for our top zipper. We have our 3 zippers here. So we are using number 3 zipper tape today. I will link this below. So we have 2 that are the same length and 1 a little shorter, and these 2 6-inch zippers are going to be what we use for our smaller pockets, and then our top zipper will be what we use the zipper tab on. We also have 3 number 3 zippers, and then we have our 1/2-inch D-ring and our D-ring tab fabric. And that's it, you guys. That's all we need for materials. So let's head on over to the sewing machine and sew this up. Okay, so we are at our machine, the Juki TL2010Q. We're sewing with Tex 35 weight thread, a 9014 needle, and we do have our zipper foot on because there's so many zippies in here. I just thought we would be better off if we went for our zipper foot. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, so we're gonna start off here. I'm gonna leave the zipper pulls off for now. We'll add those on after. So we're gonna start with our bottom exterior panel. We're gonna take one of our zippers, one of our longer zippers. We're gonna put that face down. Just like that. And then we're going to come in, and you could baste here and add after. We are not going to do that. We're going to take the smaller of our pocket pieces. So you can see this one's shorter. This is 1. We're going to put that right side down. We're just going to clip it in, and then we're going to sew at the seam allowance in the pattern. And that allowed us to get nice and close to our zipper. So here, we can't iron our fabric. If you're using like a quilting cotton or something you can iron, go ahead and do so. We're just gonna finger press. Waterproof canvas takes a finger press really nicely. And you just wanna make sure that you're just keeping everything away from your zipper. And then we're gonna do a top stitch, and a top stitch is 1/8 of an inch. Adjust our tension a little bit. We're not catching our feed dogs here, so hang on. We'll top stitch from this side. We will just work it out. Here we go. I don't usually use a zipper foot, so and I am just back stitching beginning and the end like normal. Okay, so there we go. We have our top stitch. I'm just going to trim our threads. We always do a trim and burn. Okay. All right, so now we're going to take the right side of our front pocket. We're going to bring it up to meet the top of our zipper. We're going to baste this on. So here's what the back looks like now. We've got a little hot dog roll going on. Okay, and we're just gonna baste. And a baste is just a top stitch that you'll never see, is basically how I think of it. Okay, so this secures the underneath side, which is important here. And now we're going to take one of our front top panels and we're going to put that face down, lined up with everything else, clip into place, and then we're going to sew this on at the full seam allowance given in the pattern. So see, you've got right sides together. Okay, and now we're just flipping our exterior panel, just like so. Okay, and then we're going to top stitch. So now we're totally done this very first bottom zippy pocket, besides putting on our zipper pull, and we're going to do all of those once we get everything in place. So now we're going to take our next long zipper, clip that face side down, so zipper side down onto that top panel piece that we just sewed on. And we're once again gonna make a zipper sandwich. So we're gonna take the right side of our pocket panel 2, which is the bigger, and we're just going to lay that right side down, add it to our clippies, hang on, let me just make sure. Aha, I had it on wrong. This is why we pay attention. All right. Now we can add it to our clippies. Okay. And we're gonna sew this on at the full seam allowance. So now we are taking and we're pushing just right underneath here. And we're going to do a top stitch. And we're top stitching just the top of our exterior panel. Pushing down our interior. Like this, because we're about to make another pocket, basically. Okay, so we're top stitching right here, which will hold down our interior fabric away from our zipper. So cute. See what a nice little line that makes? Okay. We're almost done building our front panel, and this is the most intricate part of what we're doing. Okay. So now we're going to take the last front top panel piece that we have. We're going to baste. So 1/8 inch seam allowance just right here onto the zipper. We're not. We're basting. Woo! We're basting our interior piece. Wow, sorry guys. And again, a baste is just 1/8 inch seam allowance, and it's just enough to hold it in place. Okay, so now we have two basically hot dogs on the front. That's what I like to call them, hot dogs. And now we're taking our panel piece. I was jumping ahead, you guys. I was so excited to get this all put together because it's so cute that I jumped ahead. All right. And now this is at the full seam allowance. So you're right side down, full seam allowance, sewing it together. Oh yes. Oh yes. Okay, we're gonna put another top stitch here. So basically you're just ensuring that every time you have a zipper, you also have a top stitch on the bottom and the top. So bottom, top, bottom. Now we're gonna do the top. And so we're just top stitching so that this stays flat. Okay, look at how cute. Yes, love it. All right, we're gonna put our zipper pulls on now. And then I'll get to show you what our little pouches, little pockets look like. Number 3 zippers are teeny tiny, so keep that in mind. This is made for number 3 zippers. If you use a number 5 zipper, you're gonna have to adjust a lot of things to make it work. Sorry guys, this is, like I said, they're very small. There we go. Okay, so that's one, and we just want to make sure that we put them on going in the same direction. Actually, I don't like how that lined up. So sometimes when you're a little too off on your coils, you can get a bubble, and we had a little bit of a bubble going on. Just gonna try to fix that. Okay, there we go. That's much better. See how we don't really have that big bubble now? We're gonna do the same thing over here. Okay, so we have both of our zipper pulls on and going in the right direction. And now what we want to do before we baste everything down and together, and so you can see here, we have one pocket, 2 pockets. We're going to take our exterior main panel and we're just going to line it up with our top. And this is going to get us the size that we need our pouch to be. Actually, this is a vinyl marking tool. It's silver. I don't actually think we're going to be able to see that. So let's take our air erasing marker. All right, and we'll just do a trim. We're just going to trim off our extra zipper tape while we're trimming. do want to make sure we still burn our ends of our zipper tape. And then we're just going to go ahead and do a basting stitch all the way around. And again, a baste is just a 1/8. It's a top stitch that you'll never see. So we'll keep everything together. Oh, we're not going to do it like that. No, we're not. I'm not used to the zipper front, you guys. Not used to it. I think we're going to switch out. We'll switch out our foot. Now that we're done those 2 front zippers, I think it'll be okay. And we can bring back our zipper foot for the top if we need it. One of the things I really enjoy about this machine is how easy it is to just switch things in and out. This will give our presser foot something more to hold on to. Let's try that again. And we did use nylon zipper coils so that we can sew over them. There we go. So now what we've done is we've closed off our pockets all together. And then they'll close off even further when we go ahead and attach everything all together. We're going to put this to the side for now. Now our D-ring goes on the inside in this pattern, which I think is really cool. So we're just taking our D-ring connector, finding the center, and then folding in to the center. We're just going to top stitch down both sides, both long sides. So we got a top stitch and a top stitch, and we're not worried about the underside or over here at the edges because these will be sewn into the seam, so that is not a big deal. We are going to put our D-ring on, so the bad side or the open side, underside, is underneath, and here what we want is to make sure that we're right side up on our interior, and we're going to measure per the pattern. There is a measurement in there, and we do want to stick with that because it has a really cool design that allows you to basically like pull it up and hook it onto something, which I think is really cool. So we're just going to baste this in place. And then we're gonna set this to the side for now. And now we're gonna work on our top zipper. So I have put on our pull. I've saved you guys the effort of watching me struggle. This is actually the first time I've ever used number 3 zipper tape by the yard, and so I'm sort of learning in that instance. So we're just going to once again take this out, and we're going to put some marks. So we're just measuring down per the pattern. And we're going to create a 90-degree angle here. And so at our mark, we're just going to fold like so. And the end of your zipper should line up pretty squarely with the side of your zipper tape. There's a lot of different ways to do this. I'm just burning to hold it in place. I will tell you, I burn myself a significant amount when I do it this way. But for me, this is the way that I have found works the best. So see, now it's together, and I can go ahead and throw a top stitch in it. And now that has created the 90-degree on one side, and so we're just going to go ahead and do the same thing. I like that burning technique. It cinches the sides together. I just find it to be the simplest way, but there are a whole bunch of ways to do it. And there are some videos on how to create a 90-degree angle on YouTube from some other YouTubers, and so definitely check that out until you find something that works for you. Okay, so there's the one side of our zipper done. Pretty simple. I love a good 90-degree angle zipper. And that 90-degree angle is what's going to allow your zipper to, or allow your D-ring to be pulled up, because this will be on the inside, and so you can just, whoop, right there. All right. So now we need to measure our, this is our zipper tab. We need to measure our zipper. I'm just going to pull it off camera really quickly. There is a total length that it should be. Just going to burn this down before we put on our zipper tab. So for our zipper tab, you're just going to find the center, and then you're going to fold into the center and then fold over again. And then you're just going to insert your zipper end just like so, and do a top stitch right near the end, like your folded side. So not this here, but where you've inserted your zipper tape. You're just going to throw a top stitch on there, and that will secure it into place. Just like that. And you guys, the zipper, that's it. You're done. So easy. we're just going to trim off the excess. Do a quick burn. And there we go. That's our top zipper all set. Now we can start final construction of the bag. So see how easy that was? There was one thing that I forgot to show when we did our materials. I am going to add a bag tag. I'm going to do it on the back here. So I'm just going to grab a small piece of double-sided tape. I'm going to take our back panel and I'm just going to fold it in half to find the center. Waterproof canvas creases very nicely. And so I'm going to center it here on the bottom. And then to put a bag tag on, you just put a top stitch all the way around all 4 sides. And these bag tags are from Heartwood and Hide Co. They are custom made. There's a process and you can find that online as to how you get on their custom made order list. I highly recommend it. And there we go. Our bag tag is on. Okay, so we're just going to take our front main exterior and our front lining piece, and we're going to take our zipper. We're going to find the center of both, and then we're going to find the center of our zipper, but we're going to use a chalk marking tool. I don't like to cut into zipper tape. It's like my cardinal rule. Try to avoid it at all costs, but see, now we have chalk lines on there that mark our centers. Now we want to ensure that our top zipper is closing in the same direction as our other 2 zipper pockets, and so this is now going in the same direction as these 2. So we're going to put this facing down, right side down, line up our chalk with our center marking of our exterior. And here is where we're going to take a pause, because we're going to need our zipper foot again to make sure that we don't make our angle too far off. We want to keep it in line with our other zippers. So we're just going to switch out quickly. We're going to check our bobbin too soon. Okay. zipper foot back on. And now we're going to take the right side of our interior and put that face down. We're going to line up our centers. Clip everything in place. Okay. Now we're going to use the seam allowance given in the pattern and go all the way across. Now I can feel that we're getting close to the zipper pull, and so I'm just going to lift and pull that right out of the way. Now, we are, look at how cute. Oh yes, all right, super cute. We're gonna top stitch, but we're not top stitching along the whole thing, so we're not top stitching anywhere outside of our zipper tab or our 90-degree angle. So we're just gonna top stitch just a small section here. And that's really important because if you top stitch over here or over here, it's going to be really difficult to sew this pouch together in the final step. Still good. I've been losing bobbin roulette in my videos lately. I don't know if you've seen. It has not been great. All right, we're good. Okay, so we're just gonna make sure everything is nice and pulled away from our zipper. And again, we're just top stitching along where the zipper actually is. Oh, we didn't catch our bobbin. There we go. Now we have, I don't know what happened. We got a bobbin, it was in there. Let's try again. And again, I just want to make sure that we're nice and pulled away. Okay, so we're going to go one more, and then we're going to back stitch. There we go. See how nice this top stitching on the bottom, top, and then right across looks? Beautiful. Okay, and we are just going to burn anything extra. And now we're just making a pouch now. So if you've made a pouch, you can make this. Just a few extra steps. We're going to go ahead and find the center top of these panels as well. And I like to find the center just by snipping a little triangle. like so. Okay, so now we're just going right side to right side. So we have the right side of our exterior, and we're going to take the right side of our back exterior, and we're going to plop that right down. We use our center markings. Okay, and we're going to finish our zipper sandwich here by taking the right side of our interior and matching that up with the right side of our interior that is already sewed in, and we're going to find our centers, match those up, go ahead and add them into our clippies. Okay, and then we're going to sew together at the full seam allowance that we have been using this whole time. And I just know we're getting close, so we're moving our zipper pull out of the way. And then here we're just doing the same exact thing that we did before, where we're pulling away. Look at how cute. Oh my gosh. We're almost there. Okay. Almost there. So we're just pulling everything away, finger pressing. And again here, we're only top stitching where the zipper is. That is on purpose. We want our pouch to lie nicely when we close it up. Okay, we're top stitched everywhere we need to be, and now we're just going to put this pouch together. So we're just going to keep our main zipper open in the center, and here we are taking and lining up where the top of our exterior pieces meet. And we'll do that over on this side as well. And it's important to make sure that you line up a few really special areas to make sure that everything is going to go where you need / want it to go. Then we're just going to clip our exteriors together. And then we're going to come over here. And we'll clip our interiors together. We're going to clip everything, but we are going to leave a turning hole in our interior, and I'll show you where that is. We are going to have to switch our foot back out. Okay. so we're all clipped together. We're gonna leave about a 3.5, 4-inch turn hole. So we're gonna start over here and sew all the way around, and then we'll stop about right here. And we're just switching the zipper foot out so that our presser foot has something to sort of hold onto and isn't slipping all around. We might run into a bit of trouble up at the top where our zipper tab is, but we'll see. We shall see. I'm just not good with a zipper foot, you guys. Not good. Not good. All right, we're gonna go for it. We are doing a larger seam allowance on the lining, and that is per the pattern, so just make sure you pay attention to that. We're following the pattern today directly, so we're not making changes. Pattern is written wonderfully. If you see me make a mistake, it's because it's me. You know, sometimes I make mistakes. And I'm just going slow over all of our zippers. Coming back to those zippers, so again, just gonna go slower. If you watch my videos before, you know I usually use like a walking foot. Much more confident with the walking foot, you guys. Or the tank foot. Okay, we're gonna try to get back to that seam allowance. All right, I think we did it. I'm just gonna cut off some of the exterior, some of our bulk here. And our bulk on the interior where we had that larger seam allowance. Okay, are we ready? Are we ready to turn it and see what happens? Okay, so we're just sort of grabbing a bottom corner. This will take a little bit of finesse because we do have a lot of layers in here. So just work it out. I can see that we're getting there. We're almost there. I love when you turn a bag and you're like, oh my gosh, how much longer do I have? And you're like, oh, it's turned already, okay. All right, so now we just want to get on in here, push out our corners. And so I think it depends on the materials you're using, but this can definitely be beginner friendly. If you are using like vinyls, definitely not beginner friendly. Otherwise, I gotta get up in here. Otherwise, I think it's definitely a beginner friendly pouch. Waterproof canvas wasn't too difficult. I just gotta get up in here. I'm just gonna push out this corner. Make sure our pockets are down. There we go. There we go. Oh yeah. All right. Now we're gonna close up our turn hole. And you pretty much watched me sew in real time today. I saved you a little bit of heartache when I was trying to put on the zipper pulls for the number 3 zippers, which I have never done before. Let me tell you, every time I try to do something that I've never done before on camera that I think is going to be super easy, that's not a thing. That doesn't happen. It might happen to some people, but not me. And you know what? That's okay, because that happens. And I got so excited earlier about putting this pattern together that I got ahead of myself and had to go back, but you're gonna see the finished product in a second, and it worked out totally fine. All right, we're just gonna trim, burn, and then we can head on over to the finish table, see what this cutie patootie looks like. All right, you guys, we're at the finishing table. There she is. We got our bag tag on the back. We have our awesome D-ring. And then we've got all of our pockets, which is just, they're perfect. This one's really great for coins or like dollars that you have like folded up. This one is definitely big enough to fit some cards, definitely more money. And then we have our main pocket, which again, cards, money, I don't know, whatever it is you want to put in here. Just such a cool pattern. It didn't take too long, and I do think that the level of sewist for this really depends on the materials you choose. We did waterproof canvas, and this is actually pretty thick waterproof canvas, both layers, and it was not difficult. I do think if I had some vinyl in here that my machine might have struggled with all of the layers when we sewed our pouch together at the end with the pocket pieces and the zippers. I think the vinyl might have been a bit much, and that's where that intermediate level sort of comes in. But if you pick fabrics that are not as heavy, are more lightweight, you could even SF101 them if you wanted, then I think that this is so easy for a beginner. I also think these are going to be great for craft fairs or trade shows or anything where you want some smaller items that you can make quickly, you can have a lot of, and that you can have different sort of design options. Look at how we matched our pattern, you guys. Don't you love when that happens? When you're able to cut everything so that you have yourself a pattern that sort of flows through zippers. Oh yeah, I love a pattern that does that. So I hope that you enjoyed today. Again, I will put everything that I can below. You saw I struggled with the number 3 zippers. I have It's my first go at number 3 zipper tape. They're actually not easy to put on. Again, that has nothing to do with the pattern or the designer or anything like that. It has to do with me and me thinking that how much harder can this be than putting a number 5 zipper on? And you know what? It was a lot harder. So it was not. But we made it through. And I only made you suffer through watching me put one on in full. So there's that. So thanks so much for joining me today. I hope that you will pick up this pattern and make a whole bunch of them because they are just the cutest and so awesome to just clip on to keys or into a bigger bag or a bag that a sling bag that you bring with you and you don't want to lose this inside, or a tote bag or whatever it is. Easy peasy. So fun to bring with you. So fun to make. I hope you enjoyed today. Thank you so much for joining me as always, and I'll see you soon.